Is that clear? For example, you know the story of Nalakuber and Manigri?
Yeah.
They were trapped to be what? They were trapped to be in the body of a trees. So when they were liberated, they offered prayers to Krishna. Very interesting. So there are many prayers. I'm just giving one sample. So when you hear this prayer, and then you. I think we'll all be sorted in 1 hour. Okay. So if you hear those prayers, and then we also offer the same prayer, we are choosing a thought. I give a sample now. Just listen to this prayer and see if you can convert it into a thought choice. So Nalkuber and Manigri have been liberated. They're standing in front of Krishna and they're offering a prayer. Vani gunanu katane shravanau kathayam hastau cha karma sumanastava padayorna smrityam shirastava nivasa jagat praname drishti satam darshanestu bhavat tanuna. One of the most beautiful prayers in the Bhagavatam. They are saying, Krishna. Now this is Nalkuber and Manigri's words. They are saying, Vani gunanu katane. Krishna, let us always glorify you. Shravano kathaya. Let us always get a chance to hear about you. Hastau cha karmasu. Let our hands be engaged in service to you. Manas tava padayorna. Let my mind always remember your lotus feet. Smrityam shiras tava nivasa jagat pranam. Let my head always go down in dandavat pranam to you whenever I see your deity form. Drishti satam darshanestu bhavat tanuna. And let my eyes always look out for devotee association. Now you have heard this prayer, then you translate this. Like you can say, Krishna, I am Charlotte. There are no devotees here, very few devotees. When I go out, I only see non-devotees. Please help me meet devotees. This is the translation of the last line. You're choosing a thought based on the last line. So take such prayers from Bhagavatam and make it personal by choosing a thought. And that's how we start practicing choosing thoughts. Along with choosing thoughts, the Bhagavatam teaches us to receive presence. Receive presence means just be mindful. And taking prasad, allow the prasad to go in. Just be there. You know, sometimes we offer scent to the Lord and we give it to the devotees. Just take it in. Darshan, allow the eyes to take it. You know, there is something called as inner eyes. Like you take darshan, the Bhagavatam teaches us. Take darshan, then close your eyes and see the form of the Lord in your inner eyes. Take darshan, close your eyes and let the Lord's form be revealed in the inner eyes. That's being present. So Bhagavatam teaches us there are a series of verses which teaches us how to receive that presence, how to be mindful. Sachintayet bhagavatis charanaravindam vajrankushat vajasaroruvalanchanadyam uttunga rakta vilasam nakachakravala josna virahatamahat hridayandakaram. So Kapila Devi is teaching how to receive Krishna's presence. Invest your thoughts first and then be present. Let's take in a conversation you speak and you listen. So you have invested your thought, you have offered a prayer and then Sachintayet Bhagavatis Charanaravindam, the Lord's lotus feet. You've seen deities, Radha Kalachandji, Radha Gopi Vallabh, Radha Krishna. Wherever you see Krishna's lotus feet. Charanaravindam. You will see, and when you take that form into your inner eyes, then you will see that Krishna's lotus feet and the soles have 4 signs. Vajram Kushat Vajasaro Ruvalanchanadim. It has sign of thunderbolt, elephant gold, Dvaja, flag, Saruva, lotus flower. Uttunga Rakta Vilasam Nakachakravala, the nails, Krishna's toenails, they all are sparkling like pearls. And if you meditate on that light, on that shining toenails, that light will enter the heart. Jyotsna virahadamat hridayandakaram. It will create dazzling light and the andhakar of the heart, the darkness of the heart will go away. And you will feel connection with Krishna. this is the way we receive Krishna's presence. So if you have this culture of doing these two things, what are the two things? Choosing thoughts and receiving thoughts. If you have a culture of doing these two things, then what will happen? You will get to see Krishna everywhere. Every day you see Krishna. Not that Krishna just pops out of the window and he just comes in his threefold bending form. No, I mean you'll see Krishna's hand. You'll see. Now I have a journal. One of the journals I write is, how did Krishna show up today? It's interesting. If you practice these two principles, you will see Krishna showing up in unique ways, in different places. Like yesterday I was walking and suddenly slipped and my leg fell. But fortunately my ankle didn't sprain. And I love to walk every day morning. So in my journal entry in the night before sleeping, Krishna showed up by holding me just when I fell. Otherwise I would have sprained my ankle and I wouldn't be able to walk till I go back to India now. That's one way Krishna showed up. And I was talking to my mother and I wanted to say something very important about something, and suddenly I remembered. I didn't know that, I had forgotten, and I remembered and I said that she was happy. For Krishna, it was as if Krishna was sitting next to me and telling me, say this. So the point is, Krishna shows up through reminding us something, through protecting us, through arranging, through advising, through allowing us to do some things. But we are able to see Krishna like that only when we have a practice of choosing thoughts and being present. Otherwise we miss Krishna, although Krishna may be right in front of us. And we don't need big things. Sometimes miracles also happen. And I've seen devotees, we miss amazing, miraculous things just because we're not present. And sometimes when we are present, when we choose thoughts and we are mindful, even in the most ordinary things, we see Krishna. Like I'll tell you one unprecedented historical, most astonishing incident happened in our temple. And because during those days I had the practice, for the last 1 week I was doing this practice of choosing thoughts and receiving presence. So I could see Krishna there, but my other friends, they just completely missed. I'm just sharing my success stories here. That doesn't mean I'm always remembering Krishna. I have my own tale of woes and suffering, which I'm sparing you because I know you are also suffering. So no point at telling you my tragedies. Better tell you something by which you are inspired. So I have my own bag of woes anyway. But so what happened? I think I spoke this year last year in Charlotte, I remember, but I'll repeat it because in 1 year everybody forgets. So few years back, our Radha Gopinath, who was the temple president, gave Ram Navami lecture in temple and he glorified Hanumanji. He spoke from Sundarkand. And after he glorified Hanumanji, and Ramayana says that Hanuman asked Lord Ram a blessing that wherever you are glorified, let me be present. Anyway, that is one part in the Ramayana. So after he spoke, so it was midnight, and then next morning we are supposed to be in temple for Mangalarti, but we decided to not go because we were all tired, we were a little older, we were taking our medicines, getting ready, and just then shocking, it's never happened in temple, Chowpatty temple before. We are on the 3rd floor of the Brahmachari ashram, and above us is a terrace which is blocked and covered with a net. No bird or animal can ever enter inside. But to the utter dismay and shock of all 5-6 of us who were on the 3rd floor, a giant monkey walks down the steps from the terrace and comes to the 3rd floor. And we were like, what? It's absolutely crazy. Doesn't make any logical sense. And then the monkey came, and I looked at the monkey. Baldev Prabhu was there. You can ask Baldev Prabhu. He's the eyewitness. Baldev Prabhu and I are talking, and this monkey walks down, and I didn't realize that it could be Hanumanji was come to acknowledge Prabhu's class because he just given a class 4 hours before. But I think it's a monkey. I said, Bandar, I see it, and I removed my chappal to attack the monkey. And the monkey is so fearlessly walking. He's strolling. He looks at me with utter, disdain. Who is this fellow? And he walks straight, and there's so many rooms open in the 3rd floor. There's Gaurapapu's room, go into the room, and there's a pantry. A lot of fruits kept there. The monkey has all the chance to do his monkey business. But he doesn't go anywhere. He just walks and he stops right outside Radha Gopinath Prabhu's room. And he looks at him. And Prabhu is taking his medicine and he looks at the monkey. And the monkey raises his hand or whatever you call it. and he waves at him. And then the monkey turns back. And who does he see? I'm right behind the monkey with my chappal. The monkey looks at me. And the monkey is like, what's the problem? And he walks up to me and he hits me on my calf muscle as if to say, chill, man, cool, bro. I'm getting so excited. He hits me and then he walks up and right in front of Prabhu, myself and Guru Gauranga, the three of us, we see this monkey climb up stairs and disappears, I don't know where. And everybody thought, how did the monkey come? And they forgot. But suddenly, because of the practice of choosing thoughts and listening presence, I ran to Radha Gopinath's room. I said, Prabhuji, Hanumanji came to thank you for your yesterday's class on Sundarkand. He said, nonsense. That's a monkey from the governor's bungalow. And immediately, Krishna gave me the intelligence to rattle off 15 logical arguments which proved that it was not an ordinary monkey and this is not a coincidence. First argument I shoot him. Prabhu, how long are you staying in the Brahmachari ashram? Since 1988, he said. That's how many years? 35 years, 33 years. How many times in the last 33 years have you seen a monkey in this campus? He said 0. Second, there is a net covering. No bird and animal has ever come in. Third, why did the monkey stop right outside your room? Fourth, why, I kept on giving. I was also surprised. And the Brahmacharis were also shocked at my ability to, And then at the end, Radha Gopinath was humbled. He said, this is mercy. And then the word spread that Hanumanji has come to appreciate his class. So this is the way of seeing divinity in ordinary events. It could be a coincidence, but I'm just saying. See, I went to my Guru Maharaj after he came back to India. I wanted his certificate that it was Hanumanji. Then I can really broadcast it. So when Guru Maharaj came, Radhanath Swami Maharaj, I said, Maharaj, this incident happened and Hanumanji came. I said, really? I am coming here since 1983 and I have never seen a monkey here. So I said, Maharaj, so it is confirmed it is Hanumanji. And Maharaj understood my mischievous intention. So he didn't comment because if he says yes, then I'll take it to the next level of branding. So he said, he was very diplomatic. He said, Radha Gopinath Prabhu is a sadhu. He glorifies Lord Ram. So the monkey has come. So nice. I said, so it is Hanumanji, Maharaj? Maharaj did not say yes. Did not say no. So after a long conversation, I was leaving. And just when I was leaving, I said, so Maharaj, can I be convinced that it was Hanumanji? And Maharaj laughed. You want to know whether it is Hanumanji? I said, yes, Maharaj. Just put fire on his stage, you will come to me. So see, I'm telling you, so let us say it is not Hanumanji, okay? Let's forget. But I'll tell you what happened to me. I anyway like Ramayana more than Bhagavatam. That's some of my weakness. So my reading of Ramayana became more emotional. And we have Hanumanji's deity in our temple. So every day, last 28 years I'm in the ashram. I'm offering Dandavat every day, but after this incident, whenever I go to temple hall and offer Dandavat, I look at Hanumanji. I've come. I finally became conscious of Lord Hanuman. And Radha Gopinath and myself, we are part of the temple council. So we have every Tuesday fiery meetings. We have altercations also. But he's the neighbor and he's a mentor also. But meetings are meetings. Those of you know what is a management meeting. It's like family, we have conflicts, we have disagreements. So sometimes when the arguments become heated, my mind, I immediately get the thought, Hanumanji ke khas hai, don't take up issues with him, he's very dear to Hanumanji. So the point is, whether it is a coincidence or whether it is Hanuman, that's immaterial. The point is, my consciousness changed. My awareness became better. See, perception of reality is also reality in one sense. For me, I am happy. I'm grateful. So this is how it helps, choosing thoughts and being mindful. This is a miraculous instant. This is an extreme instant. Even small things, I'll tell you, I was playing in front of the deities. This is a classic case. I'm sure this must have happened to you. 10 minutes I was playing and then I was going back and suddenly one Mataji comes. Prabhuji, your mother is so nice. She's such a wonderful lady. I spoke to her so nicely just now. I said, no, my mother is in Bengaluru. I spoke to her last night. How can she be in Mumbai right now? No, I met her and she was such a nice conversation. I thought maybe some other miracle has happened. Like I said, no, Mataji, wait. My mother is not here. And then we went back and forth. And then it was concluded, she realized it's not my mother. It was was Gaur Gopal Prabhu's. So, okay. Then she left. Now suddenly, I realized, oh, I was 10 minutes standing in front of the deities and offering prayers, singing bhajans. But I hadn't prayed for my mom. So then I ran back, I stood for 2 minutes, and I prayed and I went back. So my day continued, I did my business. And the night when sleeping, how did Krishna show up today? Inadvertently a sentence slipped from my pen that Krishna sent his Mataji to remind her I should pray for my mom. So Krishna shows up, even it's such an ordinary incident. Okay, have you experienced something like this? You are chanting japa, okay, and then you feel, okay, japa is over. I'm in the train. Japa is over, and now my station still 20 minutes left, so I keep the bead bag in front of the table in the train, and it goes off. The station has come. So I get off the train. As soon as I get off, as I'm getting on, I remember bead bag. So I run back, pick up my bead bag, and I get off the train. It's an ordinary incident. It happens all the time. We suddenly remember something. But in a journal, it entries like this: I've forgotten the bead bag. Krishna tapped me on the shoulder, because Krishna is there, not in the heart. He's in the heart, but we can take him out of the heart and put him next to us. Krishna tapped me and said, Prabhu, your bead bag. Not Prabhu. Krishna won't say Prabhu. Krishna said, you rascal. You rascal, you forgot your bead bag. Go get it. Oh, okay. And I ran. So it appears to be, it must have just happened. It happened in 2 seconds. I ran, picked up the bead bag. But if we choose our thoughts, we will realize that it's Krishna who told us to get that bead bag. This is the reason why I'm saying, let us start practicing today. Before sleeping tonight, you can choose few thoughts. And over the next few weeks, you will see a dramatic shift in your consciousness. You will see Krishna consciousness is real. Krishna is a person. Krishna cares. Krishna reciprocates. And you will see Krishna in your life. Otherwise, when it's okay, how do we pray in front of the Lord? Do we pray in speech or do we pray in thoughts? Thoughts. What will happen if all of us stand in front of deities in the temple and all of us start praying in speech? It will be crazy, right? So we are trained to, but nobody trains us how to choose thoughts. We stand in front of the Lord and we pray like this. Nobody knows, nobody's seeing us, and our mind hijacks our consciousness. We are unable to choose thoughts. That's why I have a practice of writing my thoughts, that I can choose. I'll give a classic example. Tell me if this has happened with you. I'm standing in front of deities and praying for one couple who are getting divorced. Shashank and Smita. Shashank and Smita. I've changed the names, obviously. So, Krishna. Now, this is how I begin, and this is my intention. But see how the mind takes over. And tell me if this has happened with you. Krishna, please help Shashank and Smita save their marriage. They are such a nice couple. Please help them resolve their differences. So far, so good. You are praying sincerely. And then the mind, it is that girl's fault. She's responsible for the marriage breaking up. She's stupid. Oh, she's exactly like that lady in Birmingham. You know that lady? They're also going through a divorce. Same case. See, Krishna is there in front of you, but the mind is on your left side, huge, giant demon who's constantly ranting. And his voice is so loud, I can't hear Krishna's voice, I can't hear my voice. Sometimes the kirtan is loud, you can't hear what other person is speaking, you have to go outside the hall and do it. So this mind is, and that lady's fault, and that she's responsible for that divorce. That Birmingham, that lady, what's her name, I don't know, but she looks exactly like your sister-in-law, remember? Your sister-in-law died in that motorbike accident. Hare Krishna. The mind says, that lady looks exactly like your sister-in-law. And remember, 1996, now see where the mind is taking you. 2024, and she takes you to? Like your sister-in-law was going in the bike, scooter, and she died in that scooter accident. She was wearing a helmet. Nothing happened to her son. And he was not wearing a helmet, he was sitting right behind. Oh, these bus drivers are nasty. Where is this all happening? What is the physical scene? Where are you standing?
Temple in front of the Lord.
And what are you? You're standing in front of the Lord in the temple. And what is the context? You are praying for somebody's marriage, somebody's happiness. And the mind is talking about a sister-in-law being attacked, being killed in a road accident by a bus. That was such rash driving. And these bus drivers are so rash. And talking about that accident, remember? Remember that accident you saw outside the Mumbai High Court? Where that auto rickshaw was totally trampled upon by that bus? It was such a nasty... And High Court was a place where you saw in 1993 that man run with a dragger soaked in blood. What a ghastly sight that was. It was straight out of a Bollywood movie. Remember that movie had the same scene where the hero runs to the villain with the dragger and the villain has a gun in his hand but he's so scared and he drops his gun and he runs away. What a movie that was. We had seen it with Vikas, Siddharth, Rajesh, Ramesh. Oh, Siddharth is in Canada. You're supposed to go to Canada. What happened? Oh, I'm not taking the visa. No, I think next year you should go to Canada. No, but Vikas told you to come to Dubai. Oh, but Rajesh is in England. Where is in England? Birmingham. Oh, Birmingham, that lady is going through divorce. Oh, exactly like Shashank and Smita. Oh, Krishna, please help Shashank and Smita stay there. So 15 minutes you are praying, but maybe 5 seconds you actually prayed. The rest of the time you didn't choose thoughts. The thoughts chose you. So after 15 minutes of standing, I'm coming out of the temple, and Brahmachari tells me, Prabhu, how nicely you are praying to the Lord. You're standing with so much devotion in your eyes. I said, yeah. So therefore, this is our fate. So we have to choose thoughts. Therefore, one of our best examples in Bhagavatam, I'll end with this. Just 2 more minutes, please spare your attention, please. Bhishma is dying, he's on the bed of arrows, and he's teaching us the consciousness we need to have. See, there is a saying in English, a dying man never lies. Bhishma is on the bed of, and these are the last words he's speaking. Iti matir upakal pita vitrishna bhagavati satvata pungave vibhumi swasukam upagate kvachid vihartum prakritim upeyushiyad bhava pravaha. The very first prayer Bhishma offers is Iti matir upakalpita. Let me choose my thoughts. And then the whole prayer is a long prayer where he is offering what are the thoughts he wants to choose. That Krishna is the leader of devotees, Krishna always protects his devotees, Krishna loves his. So he is choosing all these thoughts. And then he says, after choosing thoughts, he says, now let me receive Krishna's presence. And what does he offer that? This is an amazing prayer. Look at the variety you have to receive Krishna's presence. It's not stereotype. There's a lot of variety. You make up, it's like a menu card offered to you. Look at Bhishma's menu card. Look at what he chooses. Tribhuvana kamanam tamalavarnam ravikara gauravaramvaram dadani vapuralakakula vrithananabjam vijaya sakeratiratune anavatya. Now he is choosing to receive what presence of Krishna? As somebody who is the most beautiful personality in the three-fold planetary systems, Tribhuvana Kamanam, Tamala Varnam. His complexion is like that of Tamal tree, dark monsoon clouds. And he is wearing dazzling yellowish garments. Ravikara Gauravarambaram Dadani. And Vapuralakakula Vritana. His face is glowing like a lotus flower. And he's got chandan, sandalwood pearl decorating his face. And I want to receive that form of Krishna, which is Vijaya Sakeratirastume Anavatya, the one with the chariot driver of his friend Arjuna. Because Krishna was fighting against Arjuna, he is seeing Krishna's form. And then he goes deeper into what form he wants to receive. This is amazing. He says, I want to receive that form of Krishna who is driving the chariot. And I have the chariot is speeding up. You know what is happening to Krishna? Yudhituragarajo vidhumra vishvak kachalulita shamavari alamkritasye mama nishita sharir vibhidyamana Svachivila Satkavachestu Krishna Atma. He says, I want to receive this form. Krishna is driving, the horses are running fast, and the hoofs of these horses, dust is raised, and this dust falls on Krishna's face, and his face becomes more beautiful. Strange, in this world, when you go out and play cricket, you come back, your face is filled with dust, then the first thing you do is you wash your face. Because we think our face becomes dirty when it's filled with sand, dust. But Krishna's face becomes more beautiful when the dust falls on his face. And he's having this whip, Vidumra Vishwa. And because of the horses running fast, look at this. See if you can meditate, if you would love to meditate on this form of Krishna. So he's saying that Kachalulita Shamavari Alankrita. He's sweating. So the drops of perspiration are falling from his forehead to his cheeks, and as that drop of perspiration is falling, it's appearing like a pearl drop. Mama Nishita Sharir Vibhidyamana, and I'm shooting arrows at Krishna's body, and it's pierced by my arrow and blood is coming out. And I want to meditate on that beautiful form. Vachivila Satkavachestu Krishna Atma. You are like, what? He's shooting arrows. So Prabhupada clarifies that. No. This is a different flavor they have. They have a very loving relationship. He says, don't think that Bhishma shooting arrows is ghastly. No, that is like the lover's love bite. And he says, Bhishma shooting arrows at Krishna is like any other lover throwing a rose flower at his beloved. So Bhishma and Krishna had that relationship. So he is meditating. So you have opportunity to meditate. If you want to receive Krishna's presence, you can even receive Krishna's presence filled with dust, with perspiration drops. In fact, the gopis, in the Gopi Gita, one of the prayers they offer is Dina Parikshaye Neela Kunthale Vanaruhananam Vibradavritam Ghanarajaswalam Darshayanmuhu Manasina Smaran Virayachasi. They are saying, whole day we are waiting for Krishna to come back from the forest of Vrindavan. When he comes back, it's a festival in Vrindavan. And what is happening when Krishna comes back? Tina Parikshaye Neela Kunta. Krishna has curly hair. And he says his hair is flowing. Vanaruhananam Vibradavritam. The face is covered because the wind is blowing by the hair, curly hair. And then again the hair makes way for his face to be revealed. But his face is filled with Ghanarajasvalam Darshayan. There is dust from the Vrindavan which is filling his face. And when you see that, Manasina Smaran Virayachasi. Cupid's arrows have shot our heart. The gopis are saying, just seeing this form of Krishna. Even in Ramayana, one of Ram's beauty is described. Aganita guna gana bhushita Rama avanitanaya kamita Rama Rakha Chandra samanana Rama Pitrvakya shrita kanana Rama 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 Jaya Raja Ram Rama Rama Jaya Sita Ram. So Ram has unlimited qualities. Aganita guna gana bhushita Ram is decorated with unlimited qualities. And avanitanaya kamita, young beautiful girls in Ayodhya want Ram as their husband. Rakha Chandra samanana Rama, his face is beautiful like a full-blown lotus and full moon. But on the battlefield there is dust on his face and that is adding to his beauty. Pitrvakya Shrita Kanana Rama, and he is the one who obeyed his father's order. Rama Rama Jaya Raja Rama. So the point I am saying is, there are many ways we can connect with Krishna. I want to end with this one important point and then you can ask some question answers. You know, Srila Prabhupada once asked his devotees, how can you know Krishna is God? So one devotee said, Prabhupada, because Bhagavad Gita says. Prabhupada said, Bhagavad Gita is a book. He was just teasing them, he was challenging them. So another devotee said, Prabhupada, because you are saying that Krishna is God. Well, I'm an old man, I can say anything. So any argument the devotees gave, Prabhupada dismissed it. Finally, one devotee said, Prabhupada, because when I chant Hare Krishna and I choose my thoughts, I offer praise, I feel loved by Krishna. Prabhupada said, yes, that is the ultimate proof. You are loved by Krishna. So please don't underestimate the power of these two principles. What is the first principle? Choosing your thoughts, and second, receiving Krishna's presence. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Any comments or questions regarding what we have discussed today?
Thank you for your wonderful class. So I heard your lecture long back and you mentioned the same thing, writing journal. So I tried also for a few weeks and I know it's really works, but somehow I discontinued. But I think I'll try to start it again. Because
it's not important. You don't have to write journals. I write, that doesn't mean you should write. See, my whole philosophy or my whole mood is not that everybody should write journals. You should find out what helps you connect with Krishna. For me, it is BJP. Breathing, journaling and praying. In India, I can't say this. It is political work. That's a subliminal suggestion. Political, not political. BJP is a very famous political party, for those of you who don't know in India. So journaling is like very important for me. Because it helps me connect with Krishna. I know somebody, for them, I know one brahmachari. Now generally women are very expert in making garlands for deities. And there are some services which are not gender specific, but it is more inclined to certain genders. Like garland making is more naturally suited or naturally women are attracted. But in our brahmachari ashram, we have one brahmachari who loves to knit sweaters and make garlands. So every day he finds one corner in that whole hall where some 25 Matajis are sitting and making garlands. He goes there, there is a seat fixed for him, he takes out the flowers, he makes one garland, then he feels relieved. Ho gaya mera. His connection with Krishna is that making that, and then he sees in the morning that garland is offered. So that is his way of connecting. I know one brahmachari who does deity worship. No, you are asking me about deity worship. I was tired at that time. I'll tell you now. There's one brahmachari. He can spend 16 to 17 hours in the deity room standing because he loves deity worship. So I asked him, I'm traveling and I have a small salikram I carry and I do my deity worship. I asked him, it's compromised worship when I'm traveling. So he gave me a beautiful suggestion, and he said that helps him connect. You know what he does? Every day, even if he's not in the temple, he can't do deity worship. He does Manas Puja. He says, I actually sit down and he does 45 minutes of deity worship in the mind. He invites the Lord, he does Abhishek, he dresses them, he puts ornaments, jewelry. It's a practice, yes, develop. So some people write journals, some people do kirtan. Like I also like walks, long walk. I like to memorize verses. So this is my verses book. Last so many years, I keep chanting from this book only. My selected favorite verses are there in this book. So I forget the previous verses, again I chant. Today I was going through some of the older verses which I have forgotten. Today for 1 hour, 80 minutes I was walking and I was remembering chanting those verses. So it's okay if you don't remember, but I love to chant them. That's my way of connecting with Krishna. So journaling is not my goal. See, there are two things we all need to do in life to feel fulfilled. Connect to God and contribute to others' happiness. Connection and contribution. See how you can connect and how you can contribute. What helps you connect, what helps you contribute. Otherwise, devotees tell me, Prabhuji, how to write journal, I have no time, it's so difficult, 16 rounds I have to chant. I said, please don't do Baba journaling. Already you have enough, anybody has less obligations and burdens in life. I don't want to add one more in your life. Yes.
We start thinking about what you say maybe in the prayer. In the middle, the mind goes. Middle of your thoughts goes somewhere. How to bring back that time? See, journal, it would be the end, or reminding will be little later also. At that time, how to bring back?
That time there is nothing you can do. Mind is gone.
Just to add to my question, Prabhu. So when, let's say, you are standing in front of Krishna and or for all of us, mind goes somewhere else. What Krishna thinks that time, because he came for some purpose, but now he's wandering. So is he like making him, I don't know, like.
You can't stop the mind from wandering. Anybody who feels their mind wanders during chanting, please raise your hand. So congratulations, you are normal. So let us celebrate you being normal. If you had told me, Prabhu, my mind doesn't wander at all, then I would have thought either you are a pure devotee who was popped out of the spiritual world, or you need to see some medical professional psychiatric doctor. Because mind wandering is natural, healthy, and it is normal. But while chanting, while meditation, mind wandering, you can't stop it. But when you realize your mind is wandering, then you can come back. Right now, what you are saying, what to do when the mind wanders? Nothing. Mind has wandered. Mind is gone. You can't do anything. Mind is gone. But I'll tell you what is the actual problem. The problem is not mind wandering. The problem is many of us, we remember and we notice that the mind has wandered, and we say, it's okay. That is offense. That is what will take us away from Krishna. Mind wandering doesn't take us away from Krishna. Do you get this? So, you can't choose Krishna always, it's okay. But can you come back to Krishna? If you keep coming back to Krishna, then you will get the strength to choose Krishna also during provocative situations. People ask me, how do you choose Krishna during a provocative situation? Well, I don't know, you can't choose, but then at least you're not provoked all the time. When you're not provoked, can you come back to Krishna and say, Krishna, this is what happened and I didn't choose you, I'm sorry. Can you come and report to Krishna? Can you be accountable to Krishna? Can you be transparent with Krishna? Then Krishna says, yes. I was waiting for you to come back and say sorry. I know you are a rascal, it's okay. But I love you. See, we are scared to come back to Krishna because we feel he judges. Like you are asking me, what is Krishna thinking? Many of us think, Krishna will judge me. Krishna hates me. Because in this world, you promise someone something and you don't honor it, you feel ashamed and you want to avoid that person because your dignity is at stake, your reputation is at stake. So we think Krishna is also like that, who's going to judge me if I don't honor my promise. There is no way, we have to honor the promise. That's not the topic I'm discussing. But I'm saying, let's say you are failing. But if you come back to Krishna and say, Krishna, I failed, I'm sorry, please help me, I love you, I want to serve you. You'll be amazed. You'll feel a paradox. You'll feel ashamed that you failed, but because you're confessing to Krishna, you'll also feel loved. And you're like, wow. You won't experience this in this world. In this world, when you fail and you're ashamed, just imagine you have someone who loves you unconditionally, how would you feel? That's Krishna. Krishna gives you that. When you fail and you come to Krishna and you feel Krishna's embrace, I'm not encouraging you to fail in your promises. I'm just saying Krishna doesn't judge you. Come back to Krishna. That's more important. We are all enjoyers and we all like to enjoy. So we think Krishna is like us because we keep hearing Krishna is the supreme enjoyer. And we know what kind of enjoyment we do. We are all selfish enjoyers. I'll tell you. Classic example, November 19, 2023, was that the day when India lost the World Cup finals? That was the day? Ahmedabad, India versus Australia World Cup finals. So, all the fans disappeared from the stadium when India was losing. Why? Because the team has to give us enjoyment. I'm not enjoying. Hey, give me enjoyment, man.
Traitors.
And then they started saying they have taken money, they are traitors, they are this. And the players, who is most affected by that loss? We are not affected. We get so many things for entertainment, but for them it was once in a lifetime moment to win the World Cup. And they lost it, they were shattered. They needed the 1 lakh people in the stadium to cheer them and say, we love you. But the fans are all enjoyers. You can't give enjoyment, we leave you. They're gone. And then the family members come and hug them, give them love. Nobody. But then these players are crying in the dressing room. The Prime Minister goes there and he offers encouragement. He tells them, no, you gave us, you made the country proud of you. For 1 month you entertained us. He just saw, he didn't see their failure in that one match. He saw their 1 month of consistent, sincere performance and he appreciated them, he hugged them. I think that video went viral at that time. Everybody was, and I was like, this is, when I saw that video, see, I don't know what political motivations the politician has, all that I don't want to comment. But when I saw that video, I said, this is Krishna. This is what Krishna does. When we fail, the world walks out, but Krishna walks in to our life. We have to experience that. We have to trust that. So, and we are enjoyers. So our relationships in this world is, if you give me enjoyment, I talk to you. If you don't give me enjoyment, I reject you. So we think Krishna will also reject me if I don't give him enjoyment. If I don't chant well, if I don't do things properly, Krishna will also go away. Because he is like me. Our disease is we think Krishna is like us. When we hear Krishna is enjoyer, we think Krishna enjoys like I enjoy. No, you know what Krishna enjoys? We enjoy pizza, we enjoy movies. Krishna enjoys to see us struggle. Krishna enjoys to see us rise after we fail. Krishna enjoys to see us crying. Krishna is enjoying when you're standing and your mind is wandering and you're saying, Krishna, I'm sorry, you're coming back. Krishna is laughing. When gopis are crying, Krishna, you know the Rasa Leela, Krishna disappeared in the middle of the Rasa Leela. So the gopis were crying, Krishna, where are you? Where are you? And Krishna disappeared. And then after a long time, Krishna came back. So the gopis said, Krishna, what kind of a lover are you? First, are you a lover who gets lot of love from his devotees but doesn't return it? They meant Krishna is this kind of lover because they are angry with him. But they didn't want to directly say that because they were cultured women. They didn't want to say, Krishna, you are cheater. They just said, are you? They gave him multiple choice questions. They gave him 3 options. First, are you a lover who gets lot of love from devotees but doesn't reciprocate? Second, are you a matcher? You get X amount of love, you give the same amount of love back? Or are you somebody who gets very little love but he gives back a lot of love? They wanted to say that the first type of lover. You know what was Krishna's answer? He said, I'm none of the 3. I'm the 4th type of lover who enjoys seeing his devotees cry for him. When you're all crying for me, I was hiding behind the tree and watching you cry. And I was enjoying it. And when I was satisfied, I came out to be with you. So Krishna is enjoying his struggle. That is his enjoyment. So don't worry, if your mind is wandering, don't worry if you feel low. Krishna loves us regardless. Okay? Should we stop here or anything else? Anybody has to say?
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Like your classes are always gives food for thought, as we say. So, yeah, you mentioned very good point of realizing Krishna in small things, and that makes so much of a difference. And you rightly pointed out, and with my little bit, whatever gone through, I completely realized that because without Krishna, it could happen with anybody who doesn't know about Krishna, so they think that okay, it's all happening by chance or etc. But as a devotee, we can always see that this is Krishna which is doing this. And even in your struggles, like as you said, like when we struggle, I try to see that as a Krishna's hand also sometimes. Always like, okay, this Krishna, you are doing this to me, okay. Now I have to figure it out how I come out of it or what do I take positive out of it. But you are doing this definitely, so I don't try to see anything else or external things which are disturbing. But I see even in that I try to see that okay, Krishna, you are doing it now. Let me figure it out how to come out of it or what lesson I take out of it. So it always helped. When I was listening to one of your lecture, I think you gave in one of these US tour only, and that also helped a lot. Like how to see in like to your last point, like in our struggles, like when we are struggling in chanting. So that is also a way of pleasing Krishna. I think you gave that lecture. When the mind wanders and we think that we are not getting any pleasure in chanting, it's feel like so much burden, but still I'm chanting. So that is pleasing Krishna. We should take that attitude rather than rejecting ourselves that okay, why I'm not getting taste, why I'm not feeling happy. So it's not about our happiness. It's, we are doing ultimate best for pleasure of Krishna, and as you said, He take pleasure in our struggle, in our failure. So with that mood, even if we are not feeling like chanting and if we chant, then ultimately that is what it is. It's pleasing Krishna. So thank you so much for bringing all this to our consciousness, and hopefully we just remember this and keep practicing it, and definitely it will improve our happiness.
Thank you so much. All of
Thank
you.
you.
Yes.
So I see that
We have time for questions more. You tell me when to stop. Huh?
we have time.
We have time.
Yeah,
Okay.
we definitely have time.
Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. So we see that we have day by day, whatever is our sadhana, we have to improve that relationship, that love, by choosing our path. So how do we have guru place in this whole scenario? Because sometimes they say that we have to go through our gurus, our instructions. Maybe we are not so advanced to reach Krishna directly, or maybe get his love. So how do we, in this whole scenario, where do we place guru, and how in this whole thought process, choosing the thought? So maybe your thought on this.
Yeah, we listen to Guru. We seek a Guru whose instructions help us remember Krishna. Like, I hear my spiritual master's classes every day morning. So like that. So that helps us remember Krishna better.
But when we remember Krishna, do we also have to remember, because of him I am now like that? That thought also is good.
Yes. It's because of Krishna because of Guru that we get Krishna. Rupa Brahmanda Brahmate Kona Bhagyavan Ji Guru Krishna Prasade Paye Bhakti Lata Ji. It's by Krishna's mercy that we get a Guru, and Guru's mercy that we get a relationship with Krishna. Guru is a transparent via medium who helps us. See, Guru is, we don't worship Guru like cultist groups. It's not that Guru is everything for us. Guru is everything for us, but it's not that Guru is independent of Krishna. And there are Mayavadis who worship Guru like God. And there are Sahajiyas who don't have Guru. They just Krishna, Radhe Radhe, they are in their own world. Prabhupada has given us a very balanced and mature approach. He says Guru is one who helps you connect with Krishna. He is not telling people that I am the last stop. His job is to bring you to Krishna. So as long as a Guru is doing that, it is bona fide. And we can have many Gurus. We can have many people who help us connect with Krishna. Many Shiksha Gurus we can have. So we should be grateful to all those devotees who have helped us come closer to Krishna. Krishna se tomar, Krishna dite paro, tomara shakati ache, ami to kangal, Krishna Krishna boli, dari tabo pache pache. Krishna is yours, we tell our Guru. You are the strength to give me Krishna. Tomara shakati ache, ami to kangal, I am beggar. I can only run behind you and say, Krishna, Krishna, please give me Krishna. So we need to remember our Guru, we need to hear his Vani, respectfully serve him. Tadviddi Gita Bhagavad Gita 4.13, Krishna says, Tadviddi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadikshyanti te jnanam jnaninas tattva. Approach a bona fide Guru. Krishna is giving this instruction to Arjuna. And serve him, inquire, ask questions, not in a challenging spirit, but in a seeker mood. And have a dialogue. In fact, Arjuna also, in the second chapter of Gita, Krishna starts giving Bhagavad Gita knowledge only when Arjuna accepts Krishna as a Guru. When Arjuna was treating Krishna like a friend, Krishna was just chastising him, like, come on, fight the war. He didn't give any knowledge. And then at one point of time, Arjuna says, Karpanya dosho pahata svabhava pruchhami tvam dharma sammudha cheta yachreyasya nishchitam brohitan me shishyasteham shadima tvam prapana. I am your disciple. Then Krishna says, okay, now I will tell you. Of course, this is not to promote authoritarianism and cultist kind of idea, but Guru helps. Everybody has Guru. You want to learn Bharatanatyam, you need a Guru. Tennis, you need a coach. But in India, truck drivers, you want to learn truck driving, these young boys join these truck drivers, they massage the drivers, they get him chai. Then after 10 years, you say, okay, now you can touch the wheel. Everywhere you need to serve to get blessings, to learn about science, whether it is cooking or kitchen. I was cooking in our temple kitchen. For 2 years, he didn't let me put the tadka. Just wash the pots, cut the vegetables, and I was like, how are you putting the spices? I'll teach you. He never taught me. Only when he was convinced I'm humble. I want to serve. Okay, we put. So like that. Guru is very important because Guru, in the presence of the Guru, our hearts become soft and we understand Krishna, because we may get bewildered by Krishna's. We need explanation, we need understanding. What is happening? Why it is happening?
One more question. So during selecting of these thoughts, if does false ego also comes that only because I am?
Yes, that is why we need scriptures. See, our intelligence is corrupted. Ideally, intelligence is supposed to help us against the mind. Mind's job is sankalpa vikalpa, accept, reject. And intelligence is supposed to say, shut up. But intelligence unfortunately becomes a lawyer for the mind. Whatever the mind desires, intelligence starts supplying arguments. Like, like somebody does something illicit, wrong, he shouldn't be doing that. He gets this wrong desire. The intelligence is supposed to say, that's nonsense, you're not supposed to do this. But you know what the intelligence is? Okay, do it. And tomorrow go to temple wearing tilak and Himala and say Hare Krishna, nobody will know. The intelligence is supposed to stop us from doing wrong, but intelligence supports the mind's activity. That means intelligence is contaminated. So therefore we need a higher intelligence. So when Guru, that's where your question is connected. That's where Guru and scriptures, Guru, Sadhu, Shastra, this is a triangle we have to follow. Guru means a living Guru, a person who guides you. Shastra means scriptures. Sadhu means the predecessor, parampara, the tradition of bona fide devotees, the tradition of devotees who have lived through the last 1,000 years, who've been practicing spiritual life, who've been teaching. So you read their books also. In the sense, you follow their mood, you hear about them. So this will keep our intelligence intact. Otherwise, our intelligence, that's why journal writing, no? I would encourage, because without scriptural connection, journal writing can be disastrous. You know, Adolf Hitler, 6 million Jews, is that how many he killed in the Holocaust? Yeah. He used to write journals every day. So journal writing without a conscience, which is developed through Guru Sadhu Shastra, can make you a Hitler. So people can be crazy. In Mumbai, there was one serial killer, Raman Raghav. He used to catch people on the Dadar bridge, and he used to take a big hammer and he used to kill them at night. When he was arrested by the police and was produced before the court of law, in front of the judge he said, he quoted Bhagavad Gita verses and said, Krishna inspired me to kill them. Krishna guided me, so so what can you say? So unless you have Guru Sadhu Shastra, our intelligence can go. So that's what we need. That goes without saying, that's why I didn't emphasize on that. But sometimes we have everything, but still we don't choose thoughts. We think we outsource our introspection. We absolve ourselves of the responsibility of working hard in our spiritual life. We think our blessings will happen, everything will happen. We are like spoiled brats, crybabies. We just want Krishna to clean up our poop, and we don't want to work hard, we don't want to grow up. So that's why I was saying, choose thoughts. Receive Krishna's presence. Ultimately, this won't work. Ultimately, Krishna's blessing will work. But we have to show Krishna's sincerity in some way. Is that okay? I also want to make one observation. I'm very grateful for the sound system. I don't know where you got it from. It's excellent, high class. I've been traveling everywhere to Sham. It's very good sound system, quality of sound, because I have been traveling and I'm every day giving lectures. I know this is the best sound system. I feel like keeping it with me and taking it tomorrow also. Thank you, bro.
Tomorrow it will come, Prabhu.
Thank you. At least for the 3 days I'm in traveling, I like this sound system. Thank you. Very grateful to all of you for being so receptive and allowing me to share my thoughts on thoughts.
So it's mind awakening in terms of thoughts, how you think. We forget day in, day out about these things.
Because thoughts, you may like it or not, ultimately, I'll tell you, ultimately in life, I want to end with this. You have to ultimately choose a reality. You can't get objective realities in this world. At some point of time, you'll be at crossroads, and depending on the thoughts you have chosen in life, consistently, you will have the right kind of feelings and the right kind of circumstances in your life. I'll just give 2 examples to make my point. We were traveling, but this is olden times when we didn't have travel like we have now. We didn't have phones and smartphones and all that. We had printout tickets. So we were going by train to Mayapur. It's a 36-hour journey in train. So we were 2 groups of buses going to the railway station. I was in charge of the brahmacharis, 70 of us traveling. And I came by the first bus. I had all the musical instruments and everything. But the tickets were with the devotee were in the second bus, and that got stuck in a traffic jam, and we were all in the train, and the train is about to leave. And my assistant is not panicking, and I'm panicking. I'm like, we could do something. He is smiling. He said, "Ho jayega, Guruji, ho jayega. Tension kya lene ka?" I said, I was angry with him. We have to somehow stop the train. And then the train started, and we had to pull the chain. The train there is, so this assistant went, he pulled the chain, the train stopped, and then these people are coming. We were waiting for them, and then the train started. So I think half an hour of drama. Finally they came. They had the tickets, everything was in order, and when the train left the station and we were on the journey, I told him, we were laughing all the time. So probably I'm so happy. Also happy in the entire crisis. I said, why? How can you be happy? I was in so much anxiety. He said, from childhood I had a desire to pull the chain in the train. I never got a chance. So I'm telling you, the same situation. Situation was same for both me and him. But I was in anxiety, but he was happy because of his feelings were governed by thoughts. Same situation, 2 people can have different thoughts. Like in ashram, I tell you, one day morning I was running for Mangalarti. I saw one brahmachari putting tilak and singing Hare Krishna, and they were like very